Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. You know those everyday social media habits, like who you're following on Instagram or who you're constantly chatting with on WhatsApp? Well, what if I told you that perfectly maps to Class 12 mathematics?
Seriously, can social media actually explain an entire math chapter? Think about it for a second. All those digital connections forming between people right now on your phone, it turns out those everyday real-world relationships are absolutely the perfect way to understand one of the most foundational concepts in all of math. We're talking about relations.
So here's how we're going to break this down today. We'll kick things off with the social network math, figure out how to build the Cartesian product, and then master the 4 core properties. After that, we'll look at how to actually visualize these networks, and then we'll wrap it all up with a rapid-fire exam review to make sure it's locked in.
All right, let's get into the social network math, sets and connections.
So a mathematical relation is really just a way of describing a connection between elements of 2 totally different sets. Imagine we have set A, and it's just the numbers 1, 2, and 3. Then we've got set B, which is 4 and 5. When we start connecting elements from A to B, we form what are called ordered pairs. So if we pair 1 with 4, boom, we get the ordered pair 1, 4. Pair 2 with 5, that's 2, 5. We're essentially just making mathematical friends here.
And this brings us to the Cartesian product. It's basically the ultimate master list. It captures literally every single possible connection, every ordered pair that could ever exist between set A and set B. But here's the thing, a relation is usually just a selection of those pairs. I mean, you don't follow literally every single person on the internet, right? You just pick a few. That specific group you choose, that subset is your relation.
Now, what if you don't pick anyone at all? Well, an empty relation means exactly that, 0 connections. It's kind of like walking into a classroom where absolutely nobody is talking to anyone. On the flip side, we have the universal relation. This is where absolutely everyone is connected. Every single possible pair from our Cartesian product is in there, the whole shebang.
Moving right along to the 4 core properties. Think of these as the fundamental rules of our digital network.
First up is the reflexive relation. The trick to remembering this one is simple. Reflexive sounds like self-reflection. Imagine standing right in front of a mirror. You have to see yourself, right? Mathematically, that means every single element must relate to itself. So if your set has 1, 2, and 3 in it, then the pairs 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3 absolutely must be present. No exceptions.
And this rule is incredibly strict. Think of it this way. If you have a mirror, every element successfully points back to itself. But what makes something non-reflexive? Well, if even a single element fails to point back to itself, the whole relation completely fails. Just one broken mirror ruins the entire property.
Next, we have the symmetric relation. Let's frame this using friendship, okay? If Rahul is friends with Aman, then Aman is obviously friends with Rahul. The relationship works both ways. Mathematically, if the ordered pair A, B is in the relation, then B, A absolutely has to be there too.
And you can really see the contrast here. Symmetric relationships are like those mutual friendships. You have 1, 2, say you gotta have 2, 1. But then look at anti-symmetric relationships. Those are like the older than dynamic. If Rahul is older than Aman, there is just no way Aman can be older than Rahul. The relationship simply cannot be reversed.
Okay, moving to our 3rd core property, the transitive relation. Now, this one tends to trip people up sometimes, but it's actually super logical. Think about 3 friends. If person A knows person B, and person B knows person C, it's like a direct link magically forms where A becomes connected to C. So mathematically speaking, if 1, 2 and 2, 3 are in the relation, then that direct jump, 1, 3, must also exist. So here's your quick exam hack. Transitive just means the friend of friend shortcut. If you can travel through a middle element to get somewhere, a direct shortcut must also exist. If that direct shortcut is missing, it's definitely not a transitive relation. Let's shift gears a bit. Visualizing and mapping relations. How do we actually see the network?
So we have a few ways to map these out. First, you can just list the ordered pairs. Super straightforward. Second, arrow diagrams. These are awesome because you just draw arrows connecting elements from one set to another. You can visualize it instantly. And third, directed graphs. For these, every element is a point and you draw arrows showing the relations. These are actually heavily used by computer scientists when they analyze massive networks. And this leads us perfectly into matrix representation.
This is absolutely crucial because it's exactly how computers process huge amounts of data efficiently. It's actually pretty easy. You just write down your sets, check if a relation exists, like, say, the pairs 1, 2, or 2, 3, and then you build a grid. You just pop a 1 in there if a connection exists, and a 0 if it doesn't.
And the result? It's literally what a computer sees. It's a pure binary matrix of ones and zeros that perfectly maps out our mathematical friendships. Like, if row 1 has a connection to column 2, boom, there's a 1 sitting right there. It is just such a powerful way to turn an abstract social concept into hard, computable data.
All right, time for a rapid-fire exam review. Let's test your network knowledge and see what's stuck.
First question. Think back to that mirror concept we talked about earlier. Which relation requires every single element in the set to relate to itself?
Reflexive. Yep, if you remember the self-reflecting mirror, you absolutely nailed it. Every element has to point back to itself.
Okay, next one. Let's see if you remember that specific memory trick for skipping the middleman. Which relation behaves like the friend of friend shortcut?
Transitive, exactly right. If A knows B and B knows C, then that direct shortcut from A to C means we're dealing with a transitive relation.
So here's your ultimate cheat sheet to lock all this in. The Cartesian product, that's all possible pairs. Reflexive is your mirror. Symmetric is mutual friendship. Transitive is your shortcut. And antisymmetric is that strict one-way connection. At the end of the day, relations are just the mathematical language for how objects connect. And honestly, it drives everything from your board exams right up to the AI and social media algorithms you use every single day.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. If mathematical relations are out there mapping our entire world, from the friends you text to the flights crossing the globe, what hidden mathematical connections are you making right now? Just think about that the next time you unlock your phone. Keep exploring those connections, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.